Again, everybody, it's 7 o'clock and we're here at the Southwick Conservation Commission meeting. July 1st, 7 o'clock again. Gonna do our roll call. We'll go around from Andy.
Andy Reardon,
Dennis Clark. Chris Pratt.
Jerry Patria, Norm Sheaver,
Kevin Solak.
And welcome everyone. We are in hybrid tonight. Is there anybody who has any public comment? Anybody online, public comment? Okay. I don't see any hands. We'll move it along. We'll move on to minutes. Got minutes of June 17th.
They had a revision for 49 South Long Yard Road, RDA. The motion was made to find the project negative with conditions. That should be in the minutes. It was made negative with condition, but they were bringing a plan of how they're gonna get in there, what's gonna be going with the trees. They needed to see a plan before. That was a condition that was
Correct.
in the motion.
Yeah.
Right, James?
It was.
Was I here?
Yes. There's also, we discussed that there needed to be a funding source.
So they need to have whoever is gonna be doing the work. Present a plan to the commission that's acceptable. Because we haven't seen a plan. We couldn't really, we could vote on the motion as far as, being acceptable if it's done correctly. And we'll only know that after we see how it's gonna be done.
Correct.
And secured funding?
Correct.
Do we know where that negative determination went? Cause I had written up a draft and I handed it off to you and everybody signed it. Well, and then I think it was handed to you.
And then I brought the original down to the select board and the copies in the file.
And I saw that was written into the determination, into the negative determination condition.
Yeah,
Okay,
the originals of the select board and copies in the file.
And on 13 North Pond, when they came in with the revision for that. We approved it. As long as they kept the sheet piling at the bottom. Instead of silt fences, as they originally had on the plan, that they didn't have on this plan, but said they would put on, back on the plan. It was approved only under that circumstance that they use that sheet piling,
sheet or vinyl?
or it'd be vinyl, yeah. the
Okay, vinyl.
piling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cause they
vinyl.
had, the contractor was ready to do the sheet.
Sheet is up on the
The-
top, you're
yep.
right.
Yeah.
The vinyl
And then
is
the
at the
vinyl
bottom.
was for the,
Originally, they're gonna
super
put up the
erosion
vinyl high enough to make sure that,
Nothing can
Nothing
get by it
and then if they can cut it off to whatever height they want
after
later
the
on.
rest of the work. Correct. And everything else. I saw some emails going back and forth between you and the contractor.
yeah, I wanted to do a site visit today. Honestly, I didn't have enough time. But I had asked Ryan, last week for an updated plan and then he responded saying that he understands that the vinyl sheet, piling was discussed in the meeting, but he didn't think it was a requirement. So then I just responded to both of them today saying that it was a requirement. The plan that we had gotten on the 17th was not approved. We needed a new plan, submitted with the vinyl sheet piling.
And he's the one that offered it, that he talked to his client, and they offered it at the time to put that back in, and that was clinched the deal, so. Before they can do any work out there, that's the first thing, it's gonna act as a silt fence, better than a silt fence,
Right,
erosion control.
almost a coffer dam. All right.
So did that in the minutes, Gene, instead of suggested, it was
Required.
was not suggested, it was
Required.
required.
Does anybody else have any revisions,
I already made mine.
grammatical corrections? Kevin, you can make grammatical or, you know, any other kind of correction if you would like to
Yeah,
add.
even if I wasn't here. you're
Correct.
saying,
You just can't comment on the content.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll take a motion on the minutes of June 17th.
Move to accept the minutes as amended.
I'll second. All in favor?
Andy, I.
Dennis, I.
Chris, I.
Jerry, I. Norm, I.
Kevin, I.
Okay. Unanimous.
Lauren, pin it to us? Yeah. Well, no, I'm bigger.
Thank you, Gene.
Try,
Well,
and it should be. green,
well, that was a gallery.
And then click on.
I can make him a co-host. I can make him host.
Mhm.
That's a good way.
No, it
You
should.
know,
Get anything to eat or
It should
anything while
open
you're
in the
there?
gallery. I don't know why it doesn't.
She can make you.
I can make you host apparently, right now.
Day at the motocross.
Oh.
mhm.
Popeyes and hamburgers.
It just, I don't know, it says make host. I wonder if can make you a host, then you can just make me a host and it's just like,
Do they like it when the traffic's muddy, when it rains like that,
I
or?
don't wanna do
Here we
it.
are after 7:05. We can do our first public hearing. We have 55 Foster Road continuation of proposed construction of a single family home within a riverfront of the buffer zone of a bordering vegetated wetland.
We have Anatoly online.
And this was to be continued if the variance was approved by the planning board. So I believe the variance was not approved.
What I read was the variance was not approved.
Yes, good morning. This is Anatoly, so I am here. So, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, but, I wasn't, received the variances. So I reworked the plan. So, it's still the way to put the house, outside of, 75 feet from the road to meet the zoning requirements. So in order to do that, I cut the house in half, what originally was proposed. So originally was like 1,400 square feet. But now I got 728 square feet footprint of the house. So I don't know if you would like me to share the screen and show that plan, or Sabrina can do that, or. how
Well,
do
Anatoly, I'll stop you for just a moment. The continuation was upon the approval of the variance granted by the
ZBA?
CBA. So what you would have to do now is it can't be continued under that last plan. You'll have to resubmit. Or you can withdraw that application and resubmit a new application. We can't continue from the old plan. This is not a same plan.
That plan at this point would be considered null and void. So we're gonna give you the opportunity to withdraw that and come back with another plan.
Okay, that's how it's supposed to be, so. Let's do that, but I was thinking of just a revision of the plan, just little changes to the.
would- I
It's too
think
confusing.
It has to be
You can't do that.
refiled, I believe. So we cannot go into this continuation because it wasn't qualifying for through the ZBA as a variance. So it's a completely different plan. That's the way we worded it at our last meeting. So under the Southwick bylaws, we can probably not allow you to submit this plan under the old plan. Because it is not, it's not the continuation of that plan. And I think what we'd like to see also is someone here to be able to answer the questions that we might have.
Yeah, there's still, I was thinking I mean, he will be here, but he is on vacation, so I decided to be here myself.
So we can let you withdraw this plan or withdraw the old plan and resubmit this new plan as a new plan, refile. Which has to be refiled for.
Yeah, okay, so if that's the way, so let's do that. But I was from my experience from the last time, so I did some. He was asking to do some changes to the plan, so that's what I did several times. I think it was continued, and the plan wasn't exactly the same as I filed. So I was thinking this is the same situation.
So you're asking to withdraw the plan without prejudice, so you can come back with another plan and not take the chance of this one getting denied and not be able to come back at all with another plan, correct?
Yeah, okay, let's do that, yeah. I will
All right.
do the application, we will file.
For a motion, Chris?
Yeah, it might take you a little longer, but I think those are the correct procedures to go through. So we're trying to help as well as we can.
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
second one will be faster, right?
All right, yes, I will take a motion, Dennis.
I would make a motion to approve withdrawal of this plan without prejudice.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Andy, I.
Dennis, I.
Chris Pratt, aye.
Jerry, I.
One eye.
Kevin, I.
Okay, Anatoly, so what we'll do is you'll come in and refile for this new plan to be brought before us.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, seven,
Sabrina will put together a letter saying that we approved withdrawing this without prejudice. We've done that before.
Never done that before. I actually wrote a note to like figure that.
You could ask Stinson.
Okay.
Details.
thank you, Dennis, for helping with that. Okay, 7:10, we have an NOI. 772 and 774 College Highway, the proposed project for the construction of a multi-use development with portions of the work within the buffer zone of a wetland resource area. The project, this, oh my God. There it is.
Chris, you want to put that,
I think right in the middle here, we've good. That way people on screen can see maybe better.
They can,
They can't?
it's only facing me, because I'm vain. We can turn the computer around probably. Just
Okay.
Make sure nothing like. Turn this without breaking anything.
Yeah, we'll see that. Existing conditions.
introduce yourself and
Hi, my name is Cole Modesto from Marley Beck Associates. I'm here today representing Dr. Walls. We're here for a resubmission of a project that had previously been approved. Say we are seeking a new order of conditions. The previous project had lapsed over past the 3 years. A certificate of compliance has been issued on, I believe, on the last meeting. So the plans have not changed. Just here run through the existing conditions of it. There is riverfront area on the project, bordering vegetated wetlands as well as buffer zones. The entirety of the project is outside the riverfront area. There is a snippet of the project, which will be just a little bit of paving and grading on right inside the wetland buffer zone with the 100-foot. Which I'll show you. The highlighted portion here is containing all the work within the buffer zone. And all the stormwater management is outside of all buffer zone area, except for the vegetated filter strip runs just into the 100-foot zone. Yeah, I guess I'd be glad to answer any questions.
And we, reviewed the project before, I believe, the DEP had some comments on it.
Yes.
And, I don't know if you wanna read all the comments, but one of them was the delineation itself is. I went out there, I don't know if anybody else go look at the delineation when we actually did it, cause he was saying the mean annual high water. Is hard to judge, but if I remember correctly, it was pretty much straight down. It was a
Bank,
bank,
bank.
yeah, steep bank.
Looks pretty
If
steep.
there's questions about that, and then we had
This is
been
the
walked.
riverfront.
Mhm.
I just remember going out there and saying how obvious it was, or it was because of the topography of it.
Mhm. Yeah, there's, I mean, the bank comes pretty steep down to where.
So
Around
that,
area.
that bank is for the bordering vegetated
But
wetlands.
this is.
Perennial stream over here and intermittent stream over there.
Yeah.
But this is the riverfront here, right?
Yeah.
200 feet from the
Yes,
riverfront.
yeah, this 200,
It
this
goes
line
down.
right here
Yeah,
is,
right, the
is
orange.
for the Kellogg Brook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only, we are 100% outside of that, came in our limit of work, so fence is gonna be right up to it. The entirety of the work that is in the buffer zone is just right,
The outer
this is
100.
right here, just for, of the BVW. This is the entirety of the work inside of that.
and we had Randy and the DPW review the stormwater because that had to be done through the town.
Okay.
Nothing's changed.
No, nothing has changed.
There were some comments, the Mass DOT comments, it says 8/23. As a revision on the plan. Do you know anything about those comments?
I
Is
don't,
it just specifically to College Highway?
I would believe so, I know we had just gotten done, DOT comments for a project right across the street, so it has,
That project.
yeah, that project has, I believe there was probably similar comments as far as curb cut access
Oh,
and
okay.
turning lane.
Yeah,
I was
I
just
know
curious
we
about that.
showed, traffic control for during construction, how that would be done. And I believe that is actually inside the full plan set.
I couldn't find
there's
it.
already an issue out there with a tractor supply coming out of Tannery Road, that very dangerous intersection there. Seems like there should have been a traffic light put up there years ago, but there wasn't.
We had funding, but it lapsed.
Hmm.
We approved the plan before, we reviewed it and went through it, and this, I guess, is just a formality because somebody let it run out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, they could have asked for an extension, but I think they just didn't realize that it ran out.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happened.
look, what gets confusing.
Would've been easier just to.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Had all those automatic extensions going on, so we weren't
Exactly.
sure if a project got the automatic, they don't notify us when that happens.
No, the
The
client's under the
state just says,
impression
oh,
they're
it's
still
automatically
permitted.
extended or it's not, and we don't know it until they come in front of us, so.
No, fully understand.
okay. So I'll take a motion to close the hearing. Or if anybody has any discussion or comments first, I mean,
Anybody in the audience?
okay. So I'll take a motion to close the hearing.
Close the public hearing. I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Andy, I.
Dennis, I.
Chris, I.
Jerry, I. Norm, I.
Kevin, I.
Okay, now I'll take a motion on the projects.
Make a motion to approve the project as presented, and there's a bond.
I was gonna
Whatever
ask,
that-
is there gonna be a bond for this?
Whatever was in the first.
It was on 100,000, no, 10,000. It was 10,000. I don't know if you wanna raise that or not. It's in the outer 100.
It's a buffer zone project.
Right, that will. Okay, well,
Probably keep it at 10.
okay. I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Andy, I.
Dennis, I.
Chris, I.
Jerry, I. Norm, I.
Kevin, I.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
See you in 3 years.
I hope not. That'd be a long time away.
Well, we still have to do construction site visit and all that jazz, so. We Still gotta go through the motions.
Thanks for coming in.
Peter and the race, aren't I? Thanks so much, man.
Thank you all.
Sure.
Was it your copy, sorry?
This is our copy, yeah.
Okay. Lucas,
Me.
come on up. And some new business tonight. Sofinowski Trail Signs, looks like Lucas has a prototype.
Sort of, this is, it's like,
Could use a little work.
I know, beautiful, right? Yeah, we're gonna put them up tomorrow.
Leave it just the way.
So, Get the guess a little bit on
Get this
it.
guy's-
We could use this on every single piece of property.
you know
we
the
have.
rules, just
It's
follow
universal.
Exactly.
Be nice, no littering.
So
So-
this is the size.
This is, well, it's gonna be a little smaller. This
Well, I
is
think it's
18 by
nice.
24. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be like 16. Because there's going to be 12 signs, so we figured, I didn't fully understand, but Martin explained to me that if we do 12 and a 16 by 24, it works out very nicely. So, but it will be this material,
Okay.
straight grade sign, not going
Same
anywhere.
length, But it's gonna be narrower, is that?
Yeah,
all?
just like a little narrower.
Yep.
So,
Stand up nicely.
yeah, so they will last quite a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And here I have some rough drafts, not fully complete, but some rough drafts of what some of the signs may look like. What we tried to go for is simplicity because Shinrin Yoku is all about
You should know.
relaxation.
Definitely.
So we don't want to distract too much, but we still want to get the point across.
Chinese, but Japanese at the same time, if that makes sense. They use some of the same characters.
They're all different.
Let's make, oh,
It's like haiku.
I don't know.
So take
Oh, yeah,
a deep
that's-
breath, and that one's under.
now I did want to ask, is there any specific logos? Like, should I put the town logo, Conservation Commission logo on these? Just as like the formality?
Maybe the town of Southwick, or yeah, the town of Southwick emblem on
Hmm.
like the bottom right.
You know what I was thinking? We do have that QR code for like all of the open space areas. I'd like to start getting those out there. Wonder if that could be like little corner someplace that
I-
people could,
Potentially, I gave Jean the welcome sign one. We could put it on that one. So it's right up at the
Okay.
front of the property.
Yeah.
Does that webpage still exist?
yeah,
I don't know. Is
I've
it?
been on it.
'Cause we don't have access to it, right? The Pioneer Valley Planning needed more money for us to be able to access it.
They tried charging me for a year
Well,
and I didn't give
to-
them, I didn't ask.
To
them.
edit it, I think.
Edit
you
it,
have-
yeah.
We can't edit it right now, but we have it.
We should,
It's still there.
still there.
I made a QR code for it. So if you hit the QR code,
So we should see if we could get the editing capabilities back. So
Yeah. then we
keep
can
up
add
to date.
things or whatever we need
Because
to.
when I did that, that was the very.
Yeah. Well, I'll
beginning.
send you guys all out the QR again,
Yeah.
so you can look at it, just get some ideas behind
Yeah, do that.
what you wanna do for editing or whatever, whatnot. But, I mean, that was,
Yeah,
did a great job with them. That was,
it's a good start, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, you can go from one place to the other all around town. Every open space area is labeled and tells what you can do there and everything else, so. I think I'd like to get that out there. So
It's on
people
the
can,
website.
Yeah.
So these are all different little sayings and stuff, huh?
Yeah,
That's nice.
so we'll have them all spread about and
Ponder,
ponder. yes.
that's a new one.
I like that word. Breathe, touch,
With the
Listen,
five
taste.
senses and then there's it's, yeah, right?
well, think, that's a sense.
Yeah.
It's an extra sense. Some people don't have it,
Oh, my goodness.
right?
You're not wrong.
Closely related to ponder.
That's what I'm saying.
Guys,
Thank you.
thank
All
you.
right, looks good to me.
Alrighty. Is there anything in specific with the design that you would like to be shifted or added?
Can we see you, when you get the design, can we see a prototype of it?
Oh, yeah,
Just a mock-up,
I'm
yeah.
hoping by next meeting we'll have something. Would you like it on this kind of material, or do you just want like a full size like paper?
Just
Cardboard or,
Yeah, just,
Okay,
we don't want to
so
waste
are
them.
you planning on any colors at all, or just doing black and white?
we were thinking might do some kind of like greenish, but we were also thinking
don't want
if
to
we
blend in
do
too
this.
much.
Yeah, that's true. We don't want it to blend in too much. We wanna kind of stand out so that you can see it clearly, but not so much that it distracts from the
Correct.
actual forest bathing.
Right,
I think maybe if instead of black, you use like a dark green and then a white background, that
Hmm.
might be nice and simple. It'll stand out, but still.
yeah, it sounds like at the same time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's exactly what came into my mind.
Yeah,
Like subliminal messaging.
There you go. All right.
Color branding.
Exactly.
I love it.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I had also discussed with Sabrina at one point about, it wouldn't be now, but in the future, doing a kind of brochure to complement it.
Right.
And we could also have that QR code on it as
Right.
well, give some more information.
Free trifold brochure at one point. Did we make one of
I've
those?
never seen
we
it.
made a few of them, yeah, but
I wonder if we can steal some stuff from that, but we welcome that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a good idea. All righty then. If you got certainly a great thing going on there. We appreciate your enthusiasm and work.
Thank
So-
you.
Yeah,
see you at the next meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll have something good by then.
all right, thank you, Lucas.
Thank you, Lucas.
Oh, yeah. I'll just.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Back, Lucas, or?
Sure. Just so I can show my.
Okay.
can move on to North Loomis Street Wildlife Management Area. Emerald ash, more infected trees, neighbor mowing. Okay, we had was it a complaint that we had?
Sabrina took in a complaint.
Yeah.
From the state, I believe. That the neighbor was mowing, was that what it was, or wanted to cut trees down, mowing?
Where are we at? Sorry.
We're at North Loomis Wildlife Management Area.
North Loomis, oh no, the battery's running low. What does that mean? We gotta
Gotta plug in.
plug in where? I thought it was plugged in.
All right, soon to be non-hybrid.
Oh, we have 16 minutes remaining.
That's always something.
Check under the dust. maybe.
Yeah, can someone try to figure,
Well, we'll see how fast we can go.
Three-pronged plug this up like that.
Yeah. Try plugging that one in.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Sorry, everybody online and people in the audience.
Ooh, we're plugged in.
There we go. Okay.
Somebody
we're
messed
good.
with the settings and
Good job.
everything. Right, so we have, and I can bring it up on the map.
The complaint.
Yeah, so we had somebody who wanted to take some trees down on their property as well as a wildlife management area off of North Loomis, which is also our property. So we share it with the Mass Fisheries and Wildlife.
This is a Lipinski property, correct?
Yeah, but not the one on Honey Pot. It's the one on North Loomis.
The one that's down the hill.
It's the field that gets hayed by
Next to
the,
Tortorello's.
um.
They're purchased at the same time.
Yeah, it was purchased the same time as the
Where's the property's number?
self-help grant, I
How long
believe.
ago? Yeah, cause I remember we were at the dedication, remember?
Yeah, that would be
And then we did the golf thing after,
Okay,
of the guy from the state.
2002.
let me see if I can also share this on
Yeah.
Zoom.
You're getting old.
I wanna share my screen. Sharing the screen and then we'll put on a base layer.
Yeah, we got something else here at the same time, didn't we? We got
There we
both of
go.
those properties at the-
Yeah, we did that with the self-help through the state. You and I went down to the Boston.
So I'm just gonna back this up so you know where we are. Right here is the Honey Pot Lipinski property. And then this is North Loomis. Here is the other wildlife management area, which is Haight. But there is a stream that goes right here. Up in between,
So that's a field, right?
it's a field.
Mhm.
Field.
And so this property owner up at, what's the number? 472 North Loomis. They have a few trees that are, some of them are on their property, some of them are on the wildlife management property. And I spoke with Jen Jones, who's also the steward of this property. And she went and had a look at the trees, at least the ash trees. So there's ash trees on there. There's one tree that is in the, it looked like in the right of way, and I went and I looked with Randy Brown, their tree warden, at the tree, and there was definitely exit holes of the invasive emerald ash borer and native ash borers. That tree did have canopy damage. The other trees, I'm not an expert. They did look relatively healthy, and I didn't really see any exit holes. It doesn't mean that they're not infested. Jen Jones said that they all had signs of the emerald ash borer. She's comfortable with them coming down. However, the trees that are on the wildlife management area, they need to hire a certified fully insured arborist to cut down the trees. The material needs to stay in place for the emerald ash, for the ash trees. They need to stay in place so the emerald ash borer doesn't get spread anymore. On top of that, because we have a stream, it's in the 100-foot buffer. So I had sent out a letter to the property owner of the neighbor saying that if they want to take down the trees, even the ones on their property, they need to submit at least an RDA. On top of that, it looks like they've been mowing on the wildlife management area property for years. And when I say mowing, up to the stream. They had said that they had gotten permission from either the town or the previous owner. However, that's not the case anymore. In that letter that I sent them, I cease and desist. I told them to cease and desist mowing. They're also going to get a letter from the state saying the same exact things. We're all on the same page. But that's the update for that area.
Okay,
So we'll see
so we're
what
in a
happens.
holding pattern for now.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll see what happens.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, we have some unpermitted work at 114 Berkshire Ave, possible violation. Norm, you noticed that?
Yes. You have the picture there?
I do have the pictures. Let me go back to sharing. No. Where? I just need to find it. In my top secret folder.
Yeah, I can see where it is now. It's not that top secret.
We're gonna have to get the. Oh, do I have? Maybe I don't have that. Do you have them? Cause I didn't put them
14
on my
Berkshire.
phone.
Yeah, I have it.
I didn't put it, I don't
Oh,
have the pictures
okay.
that he sent.
I saw the file though.
Yeah, I forgot to put that
You
on my
got the
thumb
screen
drive.
share, Norm?
Yeah, Norm is a co-host or,
No, I didn't give him that
oh, you didn't?
power. He's gotta earn it.
You can share a screen.
So,
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
nice,
oh,
Norm.
yeah. Woo, Multiple. I could go into my email, but. I get nervous about going on my email.
Sure. All right, I can share screen now.
Okay.
Okay. This is actually a good picture, gives you an update on three other projects, or two other projects. This one to the left is Davenport 112 Berkeley Ave, where he's got the retaining wall is in, a lot of the stonework is done. Okay, just to give you an idea of how, where that one is. And if you remember 2 weeks ago, we had a problem over here at 116 Berkshire Ave where a tree had damaged the retaining wall. And we submitted an RDA to approve it. And before we had the meeting, the wall was done.
Yeah.
Same contractor that was doing 112. And in between, you'll see 114 Berkshire Ave. And what you see going up on the lower portion here is the retaining wall. You can see the vegetation's been taken off. You can see erosion, two big erosion runoffs there.
Yes, sir. Any silt fencing at all?
No silt fencing.
Ooh.
I assume it's the same contractor, but I don't know. The contractor's still working on the Davenport project. On the other side of Davenport, there's supposed to be a silk fence going back across other parcels of property,
One pine.
have been taken down.
Hmm.
Is there only one contractor on that? Do you know, Norm, or?
A
I,
what?
I don't know. I mean, is there only one contractor doing the work?
Yes,
Okay,
and I do think it's the individual that you mentioned to me. I saw his
yeah,
truck and it's a neighbor of yours, actually, Chris.
yeah, I know, yeah, cause he did call me about that, and I told him he had to get in touch with Sabrina, and it had to be filed for, so.
Is it Davenport, is that the one we met, that was last year, they got
Yeah.
approval on that one?
Yeah.
We went there on a rainy day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I got at there at the end when everybody was leaving, I think.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so I know.
So you can see there's good progress there, but it's taken a long time.
Mhm.
Is that the vinyl sheet piling or is that, some other material?
Yeah,
It's like vinyl.
I think it's final.
Okay.
yes.
I remember correctly.
Curious what it looks like.
Yeah.
So,
And Sabrina sent us
Yeah.
cease and desist.
yeah, with this information, I did send out a letter to the homeowner as well as the alleged contractor.
Mhm.
I had invited them to this meeting and or the 15th at Southwick Mail. It's a hit or miss, I guess, so, they probably haven't even gotten the letter yet, but I did send that out last week.
It was funny, Norm, because you emailed us right after I had spoken with Sabrina about it, so I was like,
Oh,
so
okay.
he did, he went ahead and did it.
Yeah,
you're right.
right. Send out a letter.
Yeah.
I guess you can't say
Yeah.
you didn't
And
ask.
I was away, so I couldn't have eyes on it, but
Yeah.
you did.
You had eyes.
Alrighty. So those letters have gone out.
Okay.
Yes.
A request for certificate of compliance for 34 Iroquois.
So I had taken multiple pictures, but there was only one. Let me just zoom in right here, over towards the, how can I, what's going on? Wait, I think I understand. This is over towards the shore.
Okay.
They had put down turf. So that part is stabilized.
Mhm.
The only part that's not necessarily stabilized is this bare part right here. The grass has started to grow right here.
Yeah.
We've had some pretty significant rain events and this has not eroded during that time.
Okay.
And they also want to know if they can take down the silk fence before the holiday. So I said, if all goes well.
To
Take
me,
it
it
down.
looks like it's pretty well stabilized.
Yeah, it looks good. Like, I think the certificate of compliance is valid.
You think it looks good?
Mm-hmm,
I think it looks good.
yeah.
Alright. I'll make a motion to approve the certificate of compliance for 34 Iroquois.
A second.
All in favor?
Andy, I.
Dennis, I.
Chris, I.
Jerry, I.
Norm, I.
Kevin, I.
All right. Approved. Okay, 13 North Pond, we've already discussed the minor changes proposed to the project. I need an updated plan to show that they're required before work begins. Move down to Mass DOT emergency certification. Expired work has yet to begin on 600 College Highway, the collapsed basin to a drainage system.
Looks like they're working to me.
Is it?
I thought I saw trucks in
There's
there. working.
trucks and there's
Okay, perfect.
barriers.
I got an email. I haven't yet read it, but I did speak with Mark and he said, I completely understand why the commission doesn't want to issue another emergency, and I think he was gonna handle that.
So he must have given
I
him
think
permission.
he gave him permission.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, take that off the list. Mhm. Okay, for proposed amendments to local bylaw, local LPP. Request for the select board and chief of police harbor master and Diane Gale to move this forward.
Is on the select board meeting for tonight, on their agenda for tonight.
Okay,
She's,
So we need to hear back from the DEP on the changes, whether they're acceptable or not.
yeah, we're trying to figure out who exactly to mail, just because there's been, to send the changes to, because there's been,
He sent you an email tonight, right?
she may have,
Yeah.
I got
Well,
back to
just
her.
send it to her and somebody else.
Oh, you're talking about Chrissy?
Yeah.
Chrissy Hops, yeah, and that was at like 4:30, so I haven't. And Mark wanted me to call him, I think, about that, so there may be another person as well
Yeah,
to email to.
okay.
So I'll try to give Mark a call tomorrow to talk about that.
all right. Report from Suffield presentations on the LPP follow-up on contract. We have,
That's back with Jason Perone.
okay,
Mm,
He's trying to set up a meeting with the select board of Suffield.
all right. And report from the first two Suffield Concom meetings.
do you want me to strike that off?
I think we should keep the general subject on.
As I
So
say,
just
Yeah.
report
just
from
generic,
Concom
and
meetings.
we can
Yeah.
just leave
or
that,
Suffield
and you can update us when you have something. Or
Either
if
way.
there's nothing, then we'll just skip,
Okay,
okay, we'll just
That's
leave it
fine.
there. But we'll get rid of,
There's nothing
we'll
to
get rid of the
report.
first two thing,
the next meeting
Yeah.
is the 23rd.
okay. So we won't have anything for a while. All right, Noble Steam subdivision request extension for order conditions and project updates.
You have a letter from Mr. Jeff. I have not really read it because I just printed it out. You just sent it to me today.
Okay, I can read it out loud.
Yep.
Your chairperson, Chris Pratt, on behalf of Salt Mud Brothers Construction Incorporated, Salvini Associates LLC is updating the commission on the status of the wetland crossing to complete the loop for the loop road for the Noble Steed subdivision. We are currently in the process of submitting a 401 water quality permit, including the MEPA application to determine if an environmental impact report will be required. Additionally, the crossing is being re-engineered to use an embedded culvert instead of a poured concrete box culvert, which is great, 'cause that's what we were hoping for. We anticipate approximately 6 months for the water quality certification or water quality to be submitted, reviewed and approved. The crossing portion of the project is currently at a standstill until approval. We will continue erosion and sediment control monitoring following storm events. Commission has any questions, they can contact us, blah, blah, blah.
Not that I don't trust these guys, but can you get a copy of what they submitted to see if it's really, I mean, this has been going on. That 401 water quality has been going on for years, I mean, and they just submitted it. Please get a copy of that to see what the date is and if it's really submitted this time.
I know Jeff was in my office on Friday looking through the old file.
Then
that-
we'd like to have a copy of what they submitted.
Yeah. And he said that he can come on the July 15th or try to come on the July 15th meeting if there's any updates. There's also something else that is of concern to me for this project is that Jesse has a proposed house with septic and a driveway in lot 15, which is the corner lot that has the proposed wetland replication area. And it was, when we had talked about access to that area, that lot was the easiest access spot. So my concern is, will the proposed house block that access? And also, is Jesse going to just sell that lot so we can't get
The
access?
replication should be done before, it should have been done before
It
any of
should
this
have, but it's
happened.
not.
And it should be done and
Right.
before anything else gets sold or blocks it from happening. I
We
mean,
do
that
it-
was in the order of conditions, right? The replication has to be done before, not after.
Is there any leverage that we have to,
Just that $10,000 bond.
Yeah, he's already claimed bankruptcy, so I don't know what, right? I mean,
We
I don't know
still,
what good that is.
we don't have a bond anymore.
We've
Well,
gotta still have the bond.
there's still the bond posted. But. If he loses that, it's not,
But I guess the leverage would be to issue an extension on the order of conditions, which we're not gonna do unless they comply.
Yeah, cause that's still not done.
And I've gotten you paying full upfront. It's not like you can lose it in bankruptcy. but-
True.
And it's made out to you,
Yeah, but
it's made out to the board, right?
Sometimes there's a bond that you can do, like, was it monthly payments?
Yeah, I mean, I always paid them.
It's through like your,
upfront.
it's through your
Bill,
insurance company, like
$500.
you can pay for it yearly, annually or monthly,
Mhm.
it's like an annual fee and there's like your insurance company can write an surety bond is what it's called.
Surety,
right?
oh, that's their surety.
A surety bond.
Right.
So I don't know how he did it, but
Mm,
you
Neither
can
do
do
I.
it through your insurance company.
But yeah,
okay,
I would stick to it that until that replication.
So don't
restoration,
sign off on the
don't
septic
sign off on
design.
Anything. I would-
no, nothing,
Even if it's outside of the
No.
100-foot buffer.
other things need to be taken care of first.
It's outside of the 100-foot buffer, but it's all in the same contract that he made with the town, that he would do the replication before he built the house.
Yeah,
Right,
So it's all in the same
right. Agreement.
cloud of
Yeah.
stuff. All linked together.
right, moving on, Granville Gorge kiosk roof, and you said you spoke with Brian, any word
That
back?
was like 2 weeks ago. He's already forgotten about me.
Okay,
I'm nothing to him.
at 107 South Loomis Street, possible wetland violation,
No update,
possible wetland violation at 31 Sam West Road.
no update. Does anyone want to actually go out there and check it out? Cause I just haven't had
Have
time
you
to go out
talked to
there.
Ryan about that? to
I
find
keep
out?
trying to ask, I send him emails, he
Yeah,
ignores me.
That-
So-
That's the property that's right up against the rail trail.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
Totally overgrown now. I mean, you'd be lucky if you get through that in the brambles and the overgrowth.
yeah.
You gotta go in there after the first
Leaf
hard
fall.
frost. Kind of thing.
They were supposed to have it done.
In
Right,
the spring
before
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 everything,
the-
right?
Yeah, they're supposed to have it done before like the wood frogs.
Now, Ryan, we need a status report or there's gonna be a violation issued on it.
Alrighty,
I got one quick thing I wanted to talk about before. So it was probably about a year ago, you brought up, Japanese knotweed.
mhm,
Do we? Like DPW, I've noticed it in, like on Fred Jackson, where you come off the Granville Road, it never was there, where the chief used to live on, right along the street
yeah?
there. There's some coming up along the edge of the road. There's a lot of it on Klein Road. My concern is when the town mows. They're spreading it,
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
in a
are
way,
they,
yes,
and are they aware of what they're doing? Should they be?
there should be an education, I think, you're right.
Educate, that's what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
should we inform them, like, hey, listen, like, the guys mowing it might not even know, like,
I'm sure
Randy
they
might
know.
know about it, but these guys know, they just might go around mowing the whole town and they're spreading it
I
everywhere.
think that's.
well,
And
It'll spread it in that localized area, so what it does is it sends out more shoots.
Yeah.
It spreads by rhizome.
So
Hillside
little
Road has
pieces,
got
all
the
you need is a
tires.
thumb's worth of that.
So they'll-
but how do you treat it though? I
They'll
mean,
send
it's
the
almost
hormones out to the shoots.
almost impossible to
all
treat it.
over.
If you mow it, it grows back stronger. If you spray it, it gets resistant to the spray. If you.
so, what my other question
It's
was, I
tough.
wonder if there's any grants the town could apply for where we could,
Invasive.
Yeah,
like, I'm
The
sure
yellow
there's
pepper.
gotta be
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
who would apply for that? Should conservation apply for it? Would public works, like,
I think
I don't know, could we,
select board, just,
yeah.
we
Any
could have
place
a
they could find
discussion,
it, yeah.
absolutely.
Uh,
It's good
it's just-
noticing.
I just noticed it's getting closer and closer to my property,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so
You
that's
don't
why.
want it.
I got it on my property. I've fought it for years. I did everything I can
Yeah,
imagine and
If
it just
it's-
keeps coming back stronger.
What's
it
They
called?
put up by the
What's it called?
roots.
Japanese knotweed.
not weed,
Japanese now.
American
What's the,
bamboo, some
what's
people
the
might call
chemical
it.
you treat it with? The diclot? No, it's something
And
else.
That's
You can't
like-
use glyphosate anymore, right?
Glyphosate.
Because that's, now glyphosate,'s toxic, right? It's for Roundup and everything. All these lawsuits for using
Oh,
glyphosate.
you can't even use it on upland?
It's
Well, for
hazardous to your
people,
health. Gives you lymphoma or
Right.
some kind of cancer.
Um,
But yeah, I've tried that on it too.
it's really hard.
all right, does anybody have anything else they'd like to talk about?
Do some research on that.
Yeah.
I'd be
And on
interested.
Berkshire Ave,
Oh, what?
the land on Berkshire Ave that was being donated,
Oh, 13 Berkshire?
yeah,
Is that a
So
done
that get
deal?
added to our list?
That
or-
went, didn't that already go through town meeting? Well,
Yeah,
The town.
that doesn't mean anything.
Right, so that's what I'm saying, the town approved to accept the donation,
It had to be surveyed or something, right? We had to
Yeah.
have the money for a
well, we,
survey.
we've,
That's right.
yes. I'll look into it. Last time I signed a document telling our attorney or whoever's, go ahead, and then it seemed like there's a little bit of a hiccup with that, so.
Yeah, you gotta keep on top of it. People think the town meeting, everything is done at the
No,
town
it's
meeting.
not,
That's
but
just
we
the
just
beginning.
we just gave permission to accept.
Yeah,
Should we add that to the list?
yeah, put that on the list.
There's also another,
Hate to go all this way and then just
Right,
drop it.
come back in 3 years.
yeah, we got Norm with another question.
Yeah.
Are we done with that 13 picture?
yeah,
There was an event that took place on Friday, and as a result, we couldn't get it on the agenda in time. But there was a meeting at 5:30 Griffin Road and Four Seasons Associations.
Mhm.
It was supposed to start at 8 and go to 1:30. I didn't get there till 10. And everybody was done.
Okay.
oh, well.
But we had the harbor master there, who was Chief Banish,
Okay,
Diane Gale, Dick Reynolds. Director of DPW, Lee Corbett from Suffield. And from the state was Don, Connecticut State, was
Okay.
Don Grafton, who was Transportation Engineer 3, District 4 Surveys,
Ah,
okay? And what they did is they put a transit on, went back one marker,
Mhm.
put a transit on it. And if you share the screen, I can show you a couple of pictures.
Right, I think you're already,
Okay?
yeah, you're already approved.
Share screen.
It will.
Okay, here it comes. All right. And I am standing right on one of the markers that Don presented. And if you go down, see right here,
Flagging?
there's a couple of
Pink flag.
markers.
Mhm.
That's what he's saying is the approximate state line. Okay, so you
Oh, you
see
can see the actual marker right before that,
right here
after the
is,
bush.
is the granite marker.
Okay,
And I'll show you another picture. So you can see here that the Drury Dock is on their property.
Hmm.
Half their boat is on the approximate state line. And over here, we have the drain pipe, which Suffield put
there's a
in.
rock pile, right?
And according to this survey, is on
Southwick.
Southwood property.
Yep, so Randy will have to discuss that, or the town will have to
Randy-
discuss.
Randy will be going out this week to check it out. He wasn't in attendance, and then he'll get with the Suffield to decide what action they're gonna take.
Okay,
Okay, now according to Diane, well, I got another picture, but I'll show you that in a minute. Four Seasons, because now if we assume that this is the true state line. This is not in the center of their property. They said they would move their dock 5 feet further south. Okay. And Nancy Drury has at Diane's request, is asked to try to move the outer portion of her dock slightly eastward. So it would create a more space, okay? But I need to say that, Nancy is a member of the association. Nancy asked me what my opinion was, we were gonna ask her to move her dock. I told her I can only tell you my opinion. My opinion is we made a decision based upon the information for this year.
right.
Then that would stand in my book, but maybe next year it wouldn't. Okay. And then there's,
You didn't sign it? I did.
I have another.
It's taking a
picture.
second, Nance.
Let me stop share. So now we're down at the beach looking up, and you can see the marker is pretty close to where the state marker was. The
Mhm.
state marker is broken, by the way.
Right,
sheared right
you can
off,
see that at the bottom there.
just below the base, just under the ground. That's why there was that pile of
Looks like a-
rocks there, it was holding it in place.
Ah, interesting.
Now. I know that Nancy's got a different survey that shows that things are different, but this is based upon the information we have today. I don't know if Nancy has anything further she must
Okay.
add.
It, has come to the associations that Betty Ayotte's kitchen is 5.5 feet on the association property.
Yep. Her stone wall.
Yeah. But that has nothing to do with us, though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But it's been really, really difficult where we live. And, I don't really know what to do at this point. But if you go, like, that is the only part to the right of it that is on association property. It is, well, by this survey, but Massachusetts is coming, so stay tuned.
Okay,
So, we're talking approximately 5 feet by 2 feet. So I would like to wait till Massachusetts comes in before I rip up all that stuff there. That has been, I mean, we've been using that part of our property since 2008.
so we're not gonna make any decisions on your property part at all.
Okay.
That's not us.
That's not our
They're
authority.
asking my dog. And they're asking, so I just wanted to know where I stood.
Yeah, for this year, we made the decision, the determination to use that rock pile as the marker.
Okay, could you do me a favor and let them know that?
Oh, that's,
We already did.
it already did.
Did we do it?
We had a meeting.
There's a
Yeah.
meeting, there's meeting minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
tried.
So that's what it is for this year, like Norm said. Next year, if the property line is determined to be different, then it might be different next year.
Correct.
So that's,
Well,
But
it
for this
was
track, we-
determined.
Everything.
well, it's determined now, but it wasn't determined when she did her document.
Well, that, I mean, yeah, now it's determined.
Yeah.
So.
But Mass is still coming out, so there's still to be continued, is what I'm saying. It's not like a,
Every year.
it's not
one at a time.
definitively placed there. It's been determined by one person.
Correct.
Now there's another
And
coming.
like my survey is different than what the state
Yeah.
survey said.
And I've been online so many times on Zillow, on different websites, and they're all over the place, so.
Yeah, so
One goes right through your patio.
one goes right through half my house.
Yeah.
But I clearly don't want to end up in land court if that could be avoided. I tend to think
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen. I tend to think we're gonna be in land court. But we are now using the state line that happened on Friday as the state line. That's what the Drury family is doing. I don't know what anyone else is.
Okay,
But, I've been requested with giant line of boulders right on the line. I'm not gonna do that. I have grandchildren. We're not gonna.
Yeah.
That's a safety thing. And plus it's just like, you have a point at the beginning, you have a point at the end. Connect them if you need to
Yeah.
connect. I don't need to put boulders all the way down.
no,
So, it is what it is. But we're using the state line that's been determined on Friday as the state line.
Nope.
And we will be. That is the only part that's on this, over on the association property, even though I've been using that piece of property like that since 2008. So
hmm
it is what it is.
Yeah, try to figure it out, but I've seen
Yeah.
surveyors argue over, if you remember the golf course, Mouse Hill Road. That went on for years.
Oh, I remember that.
The surveyors couldn't agree
I
on,
don't think they're gonna agree now, because my surveyor didn't agree with the state guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the state guy said, he's a state guy and it's an approximation, which leaves that whole big window open. So
Mhm.
it's an approximation, what does that mean? And no one can identify to me what the word approximation means into the state line.
Yeah, with their GPS, they should get down to like the quarter of an
You would
inch.
think,
You
huh?
you can actually,
Interesting enough, they put the stake in one part and put I have a picture of it, and they have the pin drilled into their, like, 4 inches over. So I'm like, what is it? Is it the stake versus the pin? So
Yeah.
we're just using what they told us on Friday, and we're gonna enjoy our property,
okay. Have a good summer.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you, Norm, for updating us on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a motion if anyone wants to make one.
Motion to adjourn.
That's the one I was looking for. Second,
I'll say.
Yeah.
sure.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No roll call on that. We're good.
All right, I'm stopping.
Meeting